Hello. Different format today. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I have been offline from the streaming world for I think a full week now. This is the longest we've gone pretty much without streaming since the game came out. Just, wanted to say that I'm still grinding. I've still been playing in game, but I have actually been getting a lot of rest. So for the first time, I think I actually spent an entire 24-hour period. I want to say this was on the 18th where I did not log in the entire day. And I would say that a lot of that day I was actually just getting caught up on rest. I think I was planning on streaming. I woke up and jogged, and then I talked to some friends and stuff, and then I literally just was thinking about if I was going to stream or not, and I decided to go back to sleep, and then I slept for 12 more hours. I think my body's needed the rest. For those who don't know, I went a little bit too hard on caffeine. I've been drinking a Monster energy drink every single day for a year, with maybe 20 or 30 exceptions a whole year. And I have a personal rule that I never would drink 2 in a day. But I was drinking too many of them, for sure. I could even have told you, as someone who's doing regular jogging, that I could feel it in my heart, not massively, but I would notice it. Whether it was if I was drinking an energy drink, I would feel a little bit of an uptick, and I just feel it increased my heart rate on average. I didn't ever go to the doctor to get this checked, but anyway, yeah, maybe 2 weeks ago, we had this little mini thing where I was trying to lay down, and my heart just said nope, you're about to freak out, and your heart rate's gonna go to 2,000. So anyway, yeah, I kind of got a little bit freaked out that night. My heart relaxed once it just stood up, drank some water, walked around. But the effect that happened, I think it's worth probably me going to a doctor just to check it out, because of at the worst, at the least, I'm guessing it's some sort of heart arrhythmia, but I am no medical professional, so I would never try and self-diagnose. It's just that I don't think ever it was really that bad, and I've been jogging and stuff regularly. It's more of something to do with either I would think more of an intestinal thing or something. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but yeah, my body's kind of on this crazy schedule. The first time that this happened, it was after I was awake for 40 hours. And I was trying to do the forage race for quite a while, and then just a few days ago I actually stopped doing foraging because the guy decided to just send a ton of levels. So by and large, yeah, I've not been doing the foraging race. We're doing some mixed activities now. I am in the final stretch of foraging, but I'm actually more interested in making sure that my alchemy and the rest of Hopeport is set up. I'm actually really interested in the idea of getting into episode 4, maybe diving a little bit into merchant, playing around with some different professions, and just trying to get more breadth with the game. I don't think I'm going to be losing top 20 Hopeport, regardless of how I play, as long as I'm making steady progress on these things. And there's a lot of people who are kind of pushing forward. I've just not really maintained. Basically for November of this game's release, I probably was averaging about 17 hours a day. And then by December, I knew I had commitments, and that number probably dropped to about 14. But yeah, so far January has been in the realm of maybe 12 to 14. So if you include that day that I wasn't even online, that probably knocks it down a couple hours. So yeah, my playtime has fallen down a little bit, and I'm trying to make sure my job's not affected in all of this. And yeah, you can see my priorities have kind of bounced a little bit, but in general, I have to keep my job afloat. What I always do try to set out is the idea of balance, which may sound ironic when I'm talking about dropping energy drinks to avoid health problems, but still having those little rules, not drinking multiple per day, not trying to really push myself in ways that I know I'm not capable of handling. That's when things can get really out of hand. So yeah, it's been I think it's been 2 full weeks since I've had a single energy drink. I want to say maybe 3 streams ago was the last time I had one, because I was trying to see if I could drink them. But I don't know what it is exactly, but my body feels like it's being rewired. My whole sleep schedule, when you drop caffeine, I'm sure some of you guys have done this before, but your body, if you have drank a ton of caffeine and you just hard stop, the first day you don't drink coffee or energy drinks, whatever it is, you're gonna feel this massive crash. After that, you might have a headache, you might have some different reactions. I've always felt kind of shaky, which is crazy. I mean, you could go to my videos, right, and you could see some of these times where I was just sitting there and I'm bobbling or bouncing, and I'm starting to observe it in other people now, and I think I've only really seen it because I'm not toned in. Let's say tuned in. I'm not really tuned in to the way that people are behaving physically, but now I'm seeing, okay, that person probably had coffee this morning. Some people are just more bouncing around than others, right? They're literally bouncing off walls and stuff. So anyway, Yeah, I definitely think that if I want to be wise and I want to like play out this game in the long term, I need to kind of get the health part has to be like kind of like solved, making sure that at least for me, I'm not looking to compete for like rank one in any sort of long-term setting. I think that's generally pretty dangerous, or it has like a real life cost, and I'm a single guy in his 30s. Like I have a lot of things that I do prioritize in my life that I want to make sure I'm not putting the cart before the horse. There's many doors that I want to make sure are not shut in my face before I get to them. So yeah, you'll see me streaming when I can. I've said this previously, but I'm trying to get back into a regular streaming schedule, and yeah, there's a ton of stuff over the holidays. Like I was really optimistic third week of December, but then around like the 20th, 21st, right in there, my workload basically like tripled for my job, and I was kind of disappointed because I had all these ideas for what I wanted to do to stream, and that was kind of when my stream kind of started falling back. But the reality is my stress levels actually like probably doubled that week because I felt a lot of guilt from not being able to stream, and I'm sure other people have gone through that. But just this overwhelming feeling that you should be doing something. It's not procrastination, it's more of like an anxiety thing, just that you're letting people down, or that you're struggling to be whatever you're trying to be. Like if you're learning a new job or you're being trained, you want to be a good employee, you want to deliver. And I feel like in a lot of ways, I didn't feel like I was really living up to like certain things that I wanted to be, including like being a streamer. It's just this bit of, you guys probably have heard this phrase a ton, but people talk about the imposter syndrome, right? That's this concept that you're never really qualified for whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm kind of met with that constantly because I have a very dynamic job and I have a lot of different clients, and even the way that I interact with my clients is very different depending on like how the projects get introduced to me. I have to like go in representing this different group of people to like make sure the client understands in a simple manner what we're trying to solve for them and essentially what we're building, right? So I kind of have this approach with my whole stream and with content. It's just I'm at least now working with another person on YouTube who's helping like to motivate me to make sure I am getting content out. So I'm gonna try and not like totally just drop the ball. And I'm like what happened with Black Desert previously, like I never really got into YouTube content. I never had regular content that was really going for me. Yeah, in a sense, like I just spent 6 months from April or so to October streaming Black Desert, kind of ramping up my Twitch, repetitive, I think the worst I ever did was like 4 streams a week. By the time I got to, November and Brighter Shores took off, I just had this overwhelming desire to stream as literally as much as I could. We could even pull up my Sully Gnome. This would be quite a screenshot to pull. I'm gonna make sure we drop this in here. So yeah, my Sully Gnome, if you go to most watched viewers and you look at like the peak viewers and you look at these streamers, like I had almost 60,000 watch hours in the 3 months since the game came out. And that number basically was only beat by like It's Will. Like I have more stream hours in Brighter Shores than Foe, and that's like a multiplier of like your peak viewers, like your average viewers, and like how much people are spending time watching your game, right? Watching your stream. For perspective, he did it with 311,000 followers, and I have 3,000, right? So my Twitch status, even trying to push for a Twitch partner, getting rejected a few times that I'd applied, a little bit underwhelming, and then like watching my view count naturally go down as the game went from 20,000 to 2,000 players was pretty challenging, right? It's one of those experiences that I kind of knew was going to happen, but I try and fight it as much as I could. And to me, like this game is like a long-term investment, so I've always wanted to make sure that I was still grinding the game, that I'm still taking it seriously. So yeah, we're just passing like 1,900 total for reference. I've been pushing through. We are really only about a few days away from 500 forage, but I think the way that I'm going to even address a lot of the content I'm working on, outside of maybe just making sure I make top 20 alchemy, it is going to be one of efficiency in terms of like making sure my hours are better, but not so much of like I'm going to grind 18 and 6 for like the next 3 weeks in order to make sure I get a decent placement on a leaderboard. That will probably happen when episode 5 comes out. Just if you guys want to like tune into my race content, we're going to have some stuff for probably this weekend. I'll do some alchemy streams, but as it stands right now, I'm 43 levels away from 500 foraging. The alchemy levels, we still have 179, so that's not wrapping up anytime soon. We'll probably need like a whole month and a half of like dedicated play to actually get those 2 done. So my 500 hope port like 500 all for Hopeport is probably being pushed back to as late as like early May, maybe even late April, depending on like how my work schedule is pushing me and how my job is pushing me with just random commitments that might like require me to travel and stuff that like it's really just out of my control. So I try and leave some room for it, but I just want to give you guys like a proper update. There's just a lot that's been happening, and I think for me, like making sure my health is like in check, I think is super important. I know I've not really taken my health super seriously, outside of the fact that like, yeah, I try and exercise every now and then, but I think there's always more that we can do to like improve these things. It's wild like comparing Brighter Shores to other games, because this game is not forgiving at all for being AFK. So like I can't even like chop a redwood or a yew tree at that fact. Like if I do anything in this game to like promote AFK, it has to be like a specific skill, which is not very conducive to like any sort of strategy. Like Hopeport is actually like the best for AFK. So long-term speaking, for my grinding, this is like a pretty good case for me to grind out an episode and try and make it into an episode leaderboard, because between Chef, now foraging with action queuing, and even Alchemy, right? Alchemy is now very AFK. You can do the 4-3-2-1. You just click like 4 times and you do it at the right time. Once you get the timing down, you're clicking like and then you like chill for like literally 10-15 seconds. But it doesn't even compare to like what you could do with Alchemy, pre-cooking 24 non-potent potions, or even like vegetable stews, right? Those are just incredible. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. I would like to try and get the Twitch streams going, but I know you guys are thirsty for more Brighter Shores content, and I know I am too. It's just a matter of making sure that I'm showing up regularly. I don't want to just like, you know, log in when there's a cool update and be like, oh, hey guys, I wasn't even gone. Like the reality is that I've been very absent from the streaming world. I've tried to drop into a few streams, but like if you guys see me, it's like, oh wow, there's a unicorn over there. Like I've not been like, I've just not been showing up. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video, a little different format. I'm actually holding a microphone, but hopefully this gives you guys kind of like the full look at what I'm trying to do. And yeah, make sure you guys click those engagement buttons, whether you're subbing here or dropping that follow on Twitch. I do appreciate all the support, and it's crazy like seeing the offline support. I know that a lot of people really want me to stream, and they do miss the stream, and I miss you guys, and I will do what I can to get these streams back up as soon as I can. We're probably gonna be doing some streaming this weekend, but I did want to put out this video because it has been an extended period since our last stream. More leaderboard reviews to come, guys, but I hope you have an excellent week. Hope you finish January strong, and if you're new around here, welcome, and looking forward to talking with y'all. Have an excellent rest of your week, and cheers.